So issue 3 of this Wildcats miniseries, it's pretty cool actually. I've got some great interaction on the Wildstorm Universe Facebook page, but now it's a lot of people just complaining about this series, and I can see what I spoke about in my last video about someone saying if all people do is complain about DC will never do any more Wildstorm. Like, I don't know, like I think they will, but there's definitely a fan base out there, and I guess to continue talking about it is probably a good thing, and kind of to plea with DC to actually do some kind of in continuity of the Wildstorm universe would be great. Send them back send them back to their own world where all the Daemonites and is it Cerebrium, I don't know how you pronounce that alien race's name, but there's some infuriating stuff in here. And I guess what I found on the Facebook group, everyone was saying forget everything about the Wildstorm universe. I still thought everybody knew who everybody was, but it's like everybody's memory has been wiped, and like this is really like just triggered me in a big way, because like in this opening scene where Marlowe is talking about the team that he's got here, he mentions Maul, the gentle giant, and then Grifter's like, anybody know him? And Ladytron says, that's Jeremy. Who the fuck is Jeremy? And she's like, Dr. Stone. That fucking thing is our doctor. And I'm like, right, so he basically, in the Wildstorm universe, these two guys like were teammates for years, like, they fought side by side, and now, so it's like a memory wipe. It's like nobody knows anybody. I didn't know that until now. Like, this makes it even worse. And there seems to be some things that retain, like when Pike is introduced, Grifter doesn't like him, so like they were enemies back in the original world or the original Wildstorm universe. But yeah, it's just so hard to stomach a lot of this. And even what I find strange is excuse me, Zealot is talking about this character here. I got help from the Facebook group on some of these characters. Andromache, is that her name? As so Zealot says she was Coda, my people, but she abandoned us long ago. But like, that's what Zealot was. Zealot was the one who abandoned the Coda in Wildcats. I'm almost certain. And I need to reread it. I have that Wildcats compendium that I'm going through, but I'm certain like she was the one that kind of had moved off, and then you had a lot of different Coda who were fighting with the Cabal or with the Daemonites, and kind of with different groups and stuff. But I could be wrong there. But yeah, it's just all over the place. Like, I guess I'm not going to go beat for beat in the story, because people should read it and make up their own minds. Like, there are some cool there's some cool art. Like, the art is really good. What's really weird is that Grifter now all of a sudden, I don't know, I get a feeling people were complaining so much about this that by issue 3 they said, right, we need to put Grifter back in his own costume. So like, literally there's this scene here, and like all of a sudden Grifter now has the mask fully down, his hair has gotten longer, and he's in a green coat. Like, it's a short coat, it's not like the long cool trench coat, like, but like literally like that. Now he's back in his original uniform. So I don't know, I have a feeling maybe people were going nuts over the design, and they decided to just change it. And mainly the rest of this book is just a big action scene where like Grifter is fighting this Court of Owls guy, but he gets pulled off to help the other part of the team who are rescuing this senator's kid. And there's kind of this like, Grifter, to me, there's like this scene where he gets thrown up towards a helicopter shooting guns. I guess in my head I'm like, that's pretty cool, but part of me thinks like Grifter's just a normal human. Like, he doesn't have any kind of, he's not like Wolverine or something where he could go through the window of a helicopter and not get injured or heal himself. Like, but anyway, Grifter seems to be almost like seen in this as the guy who's the best out of them all, but I always got the feeling Wildcats that Grifter, what I liked about Grifter was he was the only human in the Wildcats team. Like, so everyone else was either like a full Cerebrium or like a half breed, but like Grifter was the one who was kind of like, he had been pulled into this. He was part of like was it Team 6 or Team 7. He had a bit of this kind of latent special ability, but he didn't really use it. He kind of really relied more on his guns and his kind of his brain and stuff like that. But he was never like the guy who was, you know, they would normally send in like Spartan and Maul and Warblade to do like the real fucking blunt big hitter kind of stuff. Like, whereas in this, it seems like you know, Grifter's been used with that type of stuff. Like, but yeah, anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. You know, there's like a big action scene, stuff blown up, blah blah blah, loads of characters, and Grifter's falling down towards the ground. Like, so I guess we'll see what issue 4 is like, but it's still a struggle with this new Wildcats.